First, I just want to start off by saying thank you, and that I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. It's fucking hot! YouTube apology videos have pretty much become a genre at this point, and only a few days ago, I was sent one of the most unhinged, tone-deaf, terrible apology videos that I've ever seen. And it might just be one of my favorites. For those of you who don't know, Colleen Ballinger, aka Miranda Sings, has been accused of some pretty not okay stuff recently. Grooming minors, inappropriately texting minors, having said minors come up on stage and reach down her pants, some pretty bizarre shit. And instead of addressing or refuting any of these claims, she decided to pick up her ukulele and sing us a little ditty. A little non-apology apology, if you will. And to her detriment, she wasn't even the best at doing that. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. But just when you think things can't get any worse, a video has resurfaced of her, apparently singing Beyonce in blackface. Some of her very few defenders are trying to claim that this is residual green face paint from an earlier number for when she was in character singing Defying Gravity from the musical Wicked. But all the same, probably not a good idea to wear dark face paint while singing Beyonce. Now, I'm not going to pretend to be particularly outraged by any of these incidences. I was never a fan of Colleen or Miranda Sings, but it did get me to thinking of all the wonderful YouTube apology videos that we've been graced with over the past couple of years. So I decided to round up my favorites and compile them into a numbered list. And a couple of ground rules I'm going to arbitrarily abide by when making this video. 1. None of that Notes app shit. It's lazy and it doesn't count. 2. No apologies by non-YouTubers or apologies that were filmed and then put on YouTube by non-YouTubers. Think like Dan Harmon or Will Smith. 3. I know for a fact that I've missed a few. These are just some of my personal favorites, but if you have some favorites that you think that I've missed, leave them in the comments below. Maybe I'll take a look at them. I'm also not just going to play you the apologies for any of my picks. Context is hugely important, so let me be your Arthur Miller and give you a view from the bridge. Little theater humor for you there.
Yeah, I wanna say I'm sorry.
My boy Felix here was having a pretty heated game of PUBG on stream, and in true mid-2000s Xbox Live fashion, he let slip the gamer word.
What a fucking nigger. Jeez, oh my god, what the fuck?
It's not bad enough that he says it, but it's how he says it. It leads me to believe that he said it before with reckless abandon. It just left his lips a little too easily for my liking. To Felix's credit, he did apologize, well, obviously, given the subject of this video. But unlike a lot of the others on this list, I do believe it to be sincere.
It was something that I said in the heat of the moment. I said the worst word I could possibly think of, and it just sort of slipped out.
I'll let you all know that I actually like PewDiePie, and I don't think that he's a racist. Rather, he made a really poor choice in words. But I'm also not going to sit here and make excuses for him. He never should have said it, and he agrees with that too.
I'm not going to make any excuses to why it did, because there are no excuses for it.
Overall, I think it's a pretty class act apology. He admits fault, doesn't make excuses, and gets in and out in under 2 minutes. Masterclass of not wasting my time. He even coined the term that's now associated with nearly every YouTube apology. Oopsie.
PewDiePie made the biggest oopsie.
And speaking of oopsies and wasting my time, y'all remember Channel Awesome's dreadful fucking apology during the Not So Awesome controversy? This is a little off topic, but it'll make sense in a sec. Their initial response was, "We sincerely regret that you feel that way." The most non-apology of non-apologies. Then they followed it up with the passive-aggressive accusation and fact bullshittery, which actually made them look worse by confirming they covered up the Jew Wario rape allegations. Doug's response was as tone-deaf as you can get, saying,
"There's a reason where after all that happened, we just kept everything in-house." I think one of the biggest criticisms we got, even with like the Wall review, Which I think is fair, is that we tried to go too big.
Yeah, everyone knows when a company gets too big, they start rape. Cinema Snob's response was just as asinine.
I mean, look, like Logan Paul filmed a dead body, and like he still has a career.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, 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 sorry.
The biggest trailblazer in the apology trend has to be Logan Paul. And, unlike Pewds, Logan's controversy is how I discovered him. And every time I finally forget he exists, I'm reminded by another one of his schemes, be it, allegedly, swindling his fans with crypto, scamming them with numerous NFTs, and inflating the market of Pokemon cards. But that one might just be me. But we're not talking about any of his recent controversies, no. But instead, the one that started it all. The infamous Japanese forest vlog. Now, the video in question has been scrubbed from YouTube for some time now, but it's easy to find with a quick Google search. When it initially happened, I only saw bits and pieces of the objectionable part because it was blasted everywhere at the time. So I started the infamous vlog for this, and I immediately wanted to dig out my eyes with an ice pick. His personality is so grating, and I hate how smug he is about the contents that have since got him cancelled. I couldn't bring myself to watch the rest of it, only skipping ahead to the notorious scene. Now, obviously, I can't show you a lot of it because, you know, he filmed a dead body, but if filming a literal suicide victim didn't get him cancelled, his acting sure should.
Hey, I really hate to say this. I think there's someone hanging right there.
Him feigning seeing the corpse for the first time is so uncomfortable. His acting is so forced, which leads into how disturbing it is that he thought this was good content for a vlog. This naturally brings us to the infamous apology video that's been relentlessly memed and quoted ever since.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize.
Hold on, it looks like there's something missing. I don't know if his PR team told him to widen his eyes to make him seem remorseful, but he doesn't look like he's been crying. It looks like he's making a statement under duress.
The reactions you saw on tape were raw, they were unfiltered.
I don't believe him. After this, he made some rounds trying to raise awareness for suicide prevention, which, on paper, is a really good thing. But it didn't take long for him to go back to his old habits. Like I said before, NFT and cryptocurrency scams. And every time he would get caught, he would somehow convince people that he was going to change and take accountability. But he never does. And I just find it funny that the Low gang still thinks that Logan Paul is deep down a really good guy. And maybe he is, who knows. But he's gotta stop, allegedly, scamming people. Also, you made airplane mode. Where's my apology for that?
I hear gay people.
Hey, y'all remember Brooke Houts? No? Good.
For the things I've done.
In all seriousness, Brooke Houts was an up-and-coming YouTuber, prominently known for making content featuring her Doberman dog Sphinx. She made other content up to that point, but Sphinx was the one who grabbed the attention of the audience, and it seemed like nothing could stop her meteoric rise. That was, however, until she accidentally uploaded an unedited clip, featuring what she was really like to Sphinx behind the scenes. She seems to be riling up the boy for the premise of the video, and then she gets visibly annoyed when he becomes hyper and playful as a result. She starts berating the poor dog and shoving him to the ground, and to add insult to injury, she spits on the poor guy.
Well, as you can tell, stop!
And not since the days of NEDM have we seen the internet turn on someone so fast for abusing an animal. It got so bad that even Ethan Klein offered to buy Sphinx from Brooke so he could give him a better home. Now, the question on everybody's mind, aside from why wasn't her dog taken away, was how could you be stupid enough to upload an unedited video to YouTube? I know nobody really wanted an explanation, but I think I may have figured it out. Okay, I'm using this Premiere project as an example. You'll see that there's no sequence in the timeline, so we're going to drop this video in, and you'll see that the sequence is named after the first clip that we dropped into it, which in this case is the date and time that I shot this video. Now, you can change this later. I mean, you could change it right now, just go to rename, but most people don't do that, and I guarantee Brooke didn't either. So we'll go to export, and you'll see that the default is the sequence title, which, like I said, is named after the first clip that you dropped in the timeline, meaning that Brooke must have done this, didn't change the name of the export file, and accidentally uploaded the unedited clip. In layman's terms, she was
stupid.
A ton of YouTubers covered this at the time, but my favorite was Shoe on Head, who said,
I was going to wait until the official YouTuber apology video came out where she's not wearing any makeup and has her hair in a bun and is wearing a big smushy sweatshirt.
Then the video came out. Yeah, I know she's wearing makeup, but it's like natural makeup, making it look like she's not wearing makeup, okay? Besides, if Meatloaf's taught me anything, it's that 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Anyway, she bizarrely spends the first chunk of this video thanking people for bringing this to her attention.
First, I want to start this video by saying thank you.
In an ill-thought-out attempt at deflection. When she finally does start apologizing, she apologizes for offending us. Honey, you spit on your dog.
I've taken this time, this past month or so, to further educate myself in animal training and in animals in general. And I'm now a volunteer at a local animal welfare organization, and so I'm really happy and excited about that.
Bitch, I don't want you anywhere near an animal. She tried several times at making a comeback, but every time she showed her face, the internet was quick to remind her of what she did. After rehoming Sphinx, trying a joint channel with her boyfriend Teal, and claiming that God forced her to upload the video in an attempt to humble her, she finally stopped uploading about 2 years ago. And good fucking riddance. The only nice thing that I have to say is, if it wasn't for that horrible apology video, I would have never had a video reach over 6 million views. But I would gladly trade that for a dog not being abused. Okay, I'll be honest. I made this video because I wanted to talk about this one, but I didn't know what else I could add that others haven't already said. But I do want to gush about how quickly I fell in love with this train wreck of a video. You know what? Change of plans. I think I'm actually going to react to this one live, so let's see what we got. I like the solemnness that she starts this video with. This is like the stereotypical YouTube apology. This is where my life changed forever, is when she picked up that fucking uke.
Hey.
Hi.
It's been a while since you saw my face.
Well, this is technically the first time I've seen your face. Well, this isn't the first time I've seen this video, but this video is the first time I ever saw any of Colleen's videos, so what a great way to start.
Just as long as it's entertaining to you. Right? You guys having fun?
Ooh. I love that this video has an underbelly of seething hate. She's trying to go the route of, this isn't true, but, you know, mob mentality, it's so fun to take people down, which, I mean, I guess she has a point, but Colleen, there's proof. You have 10 minutes, refute it. You're not going to, but, you know, that's what you should be doing. Okay, so I realized I was pulling a Colleen Ballinger and was being incredibly vague about what she's been accused of. So, I'll go into more detail while you look at my kittens. In a nutshell, Colleen has been accused of chatting inappropriately in group texts with minors, asking them about their first period, requesting pictures of their asses, questioning their virginity and what their favorite sexual positions were. She also performed live shows in which she would call a scantily clad teenage girl on stage, put them in compromising positions, and, according to numerous sources, the more scantily clad, the better their chances of Colleen choosing them to participate. Some of these aforementioned sources are ex-employees of hers, and one of them had their labor exploited for her when he was only 13 years old. Things take an even darker turn when you take into account that Colleen's brother Trent was also having inappropriate conversations with children around 13 years old. In these texts, he's creepily clingy and requests that they not tell anyone about their conversations. And when the accuser had turned 14, his response was, only 4 years to go. For further information, I'd suggest checking out Adam McIntyre's channel, where he details his first-hand experience with Colleen. I'd also check out the H3 podcast, where 3 other survivors told their stories. Lastly, I've been calling her Colleen, but I've heard others refer to her as Colleen, like colon. Now that's how you tell a
fart joke.
All right, well, let's keep going.
Toxic gossip train. You got a one-way ticket to manipulation station.
Okay, well, but what facts are being manipulated? That's what I don't understand. And spoilers, I've seen this video before, but there's no way anything could be misconstrued. I can understand, like, reasonable doubt or whatever if there wasn't proof, Colleen.
These rumors look like facts if you don't mind the gaps. I won't survive in the crash, but hey, at least you're having fun.
See, no, it's the mob mentality thing doesn't work here. Let me explain something. You gave away an tried to get information from children, Colleen. Where's the gap?
Even though my team has strongly advised me to not say what I want to say, I recently realized that they never said that I couldn't sing what I want to say.
Colleen. I get that this is a joke, haha. They never said I couldn't sing, but that's so stupid. I want to know what your thought process was. I want to know what any of these people's thought process was when uploading these apologies. I also want to point out something real quick. Look at that. 10 million views in 10 days. 1.3 million dislikes. I have an extension on my Chrome browser that still lets me see dislikes. YouTube, bring back the dislikes. Nobody liked this. It's so funny. This is almost unbelievable.
I used to message my fans, but not in a creepy way like a lot of you are trying to suggest. It was more of a loser kind of way, where I was just trying to be besties with everybody.
Okay, if your bestie is talking to you this way, they ain't your bestie. Get another bestie. Report the previous bestie to the authorities.
It's kind of like when you go to a family gathering, and there's a weird aunt there that keeps coming up to you and going hey girl, what's the tea? And you're like, ugh. That was me, but in group chats with my fans. It was weird.
If you have an aunt that acts that way, get a new aunt!
There were times in the DMs when I would overshare details of my life, which was really weird of me. I haven't done that for years, you see, because I changed my behavior and I took accountability.
I think accountability has become a bit of a buzzword. I even said it earlier in the video, they took accountability, taking accountability. Take accountability. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Is anybody else getting Onision vibes from this? Is that just me? We are almost 3 minutes into this, and not once has she actually taken account. She only name dropped the word accountability. There's no accountability taken. I took accountability. Okay, show us. Where's the accountability? What have you done?
The train is made of lies, and that person you despise maybe didn't deserve to die, but hey, at least you're having fun.
Okay, number 1, you're not dead. Number 2, isn't it cool that she keeps looking off the screen? Every time she looks off the screen, she's looking at a script. I have a script. It's very loose, it's just notes, and then I come up with it, after the fact. I'm not looking at a script right now, which is why I'm saying but she's looking at a script, but she's making it look or she's attempting to make it look like this is all coming off the top of her head. This isn't take 1. This is take 4.
I do think it's really important to hold people accountable for their mistakes.
There's the accountability.
We should hope that everyone can learn from their mistakes and grow and change their behavior and be a better person.
Okay, you said that you texted fans in a weird way. Okay, what did you do? What did you do? Show us the proof that you did something different than what's being talked about in the accusations. The accusations have video proof, text proof. Where's your proof? Show me. Let's see it, Colleen.
This is something that I've always tried to do when I make mistakes, and it's something that I will continue to try to do. What? Oh, you don't care? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you want to get ahead of it. No, this isn't something you get ahead of. This is something that you give us the proof. If the proof is fake, show us the real proof. In order to refute accusations, you have to give us proof. These victims have the proof. So this means nothing. And, okay, I don't know why I'm getting so heated. I don't know this person. I only saw the accusations after I saw this. This is still funny to me. I'm still having fun. But the accusations and what she did to these people, that's not fun. They feel humiliated. They feel like they were being used. They feel like it's not good. So if you are going to sit here and tell me that this is the toxic gossip train, show me that this is all gossip. Show me that this isn't true. Oh, you don't care?
Thought you wanted me to take accountability.
I do. Where's the proof?
That's not the point of your mob mentality, is it? No. Your goal is to ruin the life of the person you despise while you dramatize your lies and monetize their demise.
That makes me so upset. The whole oh, you're doing this for clout and you're doing this for money. Nobody is doing this for money. At least nobody who has offered the proof or is, obviously believe the victims. Usually, always. In this case, I do, because there's just an insurmountable amount of proof that she is a creepy, weird person. but nobody is trying to monetize their demise. At this point, because there's so much proof and she has done literally nothing to make me believe otherwise, I'm going to monetize her demise. But, you know, that's because I'm all aboard this toxic gossip train.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that all of you are perfect, so please criticize me. Bring out the daggers made from your perfect...
No. Okay. I take issue with that. I could see that everybody is saying all these horrible things about me, but I didn't realize that you were perfect. I never texted minors and had them reach down my pants, Colleen. I've made mistakes. Everybody has. We're human. What you did is not a mistake. What you did is gross and predatory.
I'm sure you're disappointed in my shitty little song.
To be fair, I'm not disappointed in your shitty little song. I love your shitty little song. It gets shittier the more I read about you, Colleen.
I know you wanted me to say that I was 100% in the wrong. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not going to take that route.
Whatever happened to taking accountability, Colleen?
Of admitting to lies and rumors that you made up for clout. Hey everybody, I found someone new to harass. She did some things that I do not like in her past. So everybody gather... Nobody in this situation came out of nowhere to try to cancel you. Everybody involved in the initial cancellation was a victim of yours, Colleen. Actually, I've said this in the past. I've said this in other videos. Forget that I said victim. Survivors. Survivors, if you... Yeah, like texts are not, you know, texts are texts, but you still made people feel violated. You violated people, Colleen. They're not trying to get you canceled because they don't like what you did in your past. That's happening now because people believe you're survivors, but that's not how this initially started. That's not how this started before you uploaded this video, Colleen. You don't need any armor when you can hide behind a screen, so shoot me down quick.
Nobody is hiding behind a screen, Colleen. Your number one person that's against you on this is uploading videos. They're not hiding behind, they're on camera. And I commend them for that. Oh, now we're getting into the refrain. Key change, yeah.
I also wanted to take a minute to talk about
it didn't last very long.
Sings. You know the one. Yeah, her. She's PG-13. It says that on my website, and it's always been that way. And that's why you won't find my videos on the YouTube Kids app. Anyway.
That is such a weak argument. Miranda Sings, sure, is PG-13. Whatever. We can talk about that all the live long day. If you're under 18, you're a minor, Colleen. You're still a predator. It doesn't matter how PG-13 you are. You're a groomer, Colleen.
I've always relied on parents to decide if they're comfortable with their families watching my YouTube videos or coming to my live shows.
That's also a weak argument. She's using the South Park argument of it's not my responsibility what your kids watch. But Matt Stone and Trey Parker, as far as I'm aware, aren't predators. And yeah, like, kids shouldn't be watching South Park. Kids watch South Park, though. And whose fault is that? It's the parents' fault. Unless the parents are, you know, okay with them watching South Park, saying, like me. Like, when I was a kid, my parents told me I could watch South Park as long as I didn't repeat anything at school. But that's so off topic and beside the point. It's not the same. It's a false equivalency.
Was my intention to manipulate? No.
Proof. Give me proof. So if you come up with proof and it's not sufficient, I'm not going to believe you. But you're not even giving proof. You're giving us this little shitty, your admittedly shitty song, but you're not actually refuting anything. You're being very vague, Colleen. I don't know what else to say to you, Colleen. This is so. Now I'm getting mad. Like, this isn't fun anymore. Now I'm getting mad.
That you are the type of person who manipulates and abuses children.
Which you did. If they're under 18, they're children, Colleen.
The only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats. Not a groomer.
I hate that so fucking much. Don't make light out of grooming children. That really... I can't finish this. I'm moving on. I forgot about that. If you don't mind, I'm actually gonna. I'm legitimately going to move on from that. I'm gonna move on to my number one. The more that I think about that, the more it upsets me. So I'm gonna move on. I can't believe how angry I got. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, the last one is funny. My number one is funny. Okay, come on. Upbeat. Number one is funny.
To the victim, I'm sorry, 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 sorry.
This has to be, hands down, my favorite 1-2 punch of a horrible idea and an attempt at damage control that I've ever seen. In case anybody forgot, which, let's be honest, is most of you, the Fine Brothers made a name for themselves making React content from a wide variety of perspectives. Kids, teens, the elderly, YouTubers, you name it, they've reacted to it. I remember back in the day I found them somewhat insightful, and I probably stopped watching them around 2015, but a little over a year after that, I saw that people were getting pretty pissed off at the Fine Brothers, so I decided to look into it, and I was treated to some grade A stupidity. In an attempt to expand their brand, these cretins set out to copyright React content. React content was nothing new. There was plenty of React creators before the Fine Brothers, and it's a genre that's still going strong.
Oh shit, fuck on my roommate's door, ha.
Oh my God.
Hello everyone! We are very excited to bring you an announcement today.
They spend a good half of this stupid pitch video boo-hooing about people stealing their format, and how, if we make content for them, we could split the revenue and we'll be given exclusive tools to be a part of their React world.
Part of why we believe this initiative is important is due to witnessing many creators, ourselves included, having their shows and formats blatantly stolen by companies and people, both online and on television.
They're reaction videos, guys. It ain't that deep. Their format for reactions wasn't even revolutionary. What, having somebody sit down, react to something, and then explain how they feel about it? Y'all, these fuckers are reinventing the wheel over here. Their response, though, is where things get juicy. Throughout their so-called apology video, they're visibly annoyed and half-assedly take accountability for not being more clear. I don't know how much more clear you could have been.
So another question is, have you applied for any trademarks? Yes, we have trademarks just like other companies that use trademarks to protect their properties. So for example, we have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/react. So we're trying to protect it and not run the risk of losing our channel name thanks to someone else getting the trademark. But just because we have or might get trademarks doesn't mean we're going to run around and start taking down videos.
That right there means that they were trying to trademark React. And despite these troglodytes claiming that they weren't going to take down anybody's videos, the scary thing was, with a trademark like that, it gives them that kind of power. And with how history shook out, it doesn't look like they got that trademark, and that whole React world crap was completely abandoned. What makes this one my favorite is just how smug and upset they were at us for concerns over how they try to control the entire genre on the platform. And as creatives, we don't take that shit. I wholeheartedly believe that we are a community of creators that are inspired and learn from each other, and we come through with our unique voices. Unless you're blatantly stealing somebody else's format, inspiration is one of the pillars of creativity. I want to end this video by stating I'm not trying to dig up any old drama, I'm just voicing my opinions on these goofy missteps. And please, don't harass anybody that I mentioned in this video. I'm just having a laugh. For the most part. And if y'all had a laugh too, consider liking and subscribing, and like I said before, leave a comment down below of anybody that you think I may have missed. Actually, before I go, I should mention the situation a few years ago with Jenna Marbles. I didn't put her in the list because her departure from the platform just made me sad. Years and years and years and years ago, she did an impersonation of Nicki Minaj, which included darkening her skin, which isn't cool. Nobody in particular was out for her blood when she made her apology video, but it was clearer than anybody I've seen on the platform that she was legitimately embarrassed and ashamed of the things she uploaded in her past. I, among others, think that she may have taken too much accountability. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. She hasn't uploaded anything in 3 years, and like everybody, I appreciated her remorse. I just don't think she needed to disappear like she did. I guess in my further reading that her absence is considered a hiatus, but with every passing day, and again, 3 years, the hiatus seems more permanent, and I think the platform sorely misses her. I guess this is technically my favorite apology in the whole video, and maybe other than PewDiePie, it's the only one that seems genuine. But let's not end on a downer. Remember, there's all those Chris Chan apologies.
I'm sorry for my past homophobia.
Maybe that'll be a future video. Special thanks to Shara, Rukix, Robith, Catherine, Straight Eye for the Gay Guy, and Big Drippy for supporting me on Patreon. And thank you for making it to the end of the video. I left links below to all my sources, plus the video of Trisha Paytas addressing her experience with Colleen, which included Colleen sending minors pictures from Trisha's OnlyFans behind Trisha's back. Fucking yikes.